PlayStation.
No, no.
PlayStation. So PlayStation is also a tool that can be addictive, and a lot of guys were addicted to it. No one went against.
No.
بس انا it access social media they made it accessible everywhere يعني تخيل انت you're eating you start eating your hamburger you stop you just check what's out driving you are doing like update check picture snapshot I'm driving 220 days back this is social media it's addictive يعني just like the way they
It's not about addiction.
they cannot control يعني كل الناس
Having food is not just for the sake of having food. Sometimes you want to have an engaging conversation along with it.
Actually, because social media is new, so I believe that everything new will affect like tremendously at the beginning. By time people will get used to it and they will get bored of doing these things that you just mentioned, which is I agree with you negative. But by time people will learn how to use social media and will learn because I remember when I first started using Facebook. I was taking pictures of me doing whatever every time and posted to Facebook. And it was annoying for everybody else. But by time I learned how to use Facebook. I learned how to utilize it in a way that I can like have a better life with Facebook. I used to select what I read, what I eat, what I do every day.
I don't know. Wait. The way, listen, stop the pretending. The way Zuckerberg and Snapchat and Instagram design is to make it addictive and make it something sick, like cigarettes and nicotine. That's the way they build social media. If you get it for free, don't think it's for free. You are the goods that being sold on social media. And the way they sell you by being addictive and there's now, there's a psychiatric sick now, that there's selfie sick. Now people are being cured out of it. You have to go to psychiatrist to be cured. This they design social media for you to be addicted. If you get bored from it, they will change it. They will say, why are you getting bored from Instagram? We have to change the timeline. Why are you getting bored from Twitter? You have to change the timeline so you can stay addicted to it. This is how they build social media. This is how they sell you more. There's no privacy. There's no security in social media. You post things that you pretend that you are happy, then you kill yourself the second day. Anti-happiness.
Good actor.
At least for the ones here, you're old enough to know that what is right and what is wrong. You know what kind of directs you the wrong way and not choose it. So just choose whatever makes you happier and use the platform.
Yeah, but I wanted to say that's the confusion, that you can't be social and you can't be selective of choosing good and bad. When you're social, I'm social to everyone.
There is a
When I'm out in a club, I don't dictate that this is the right guy or wrong guy. I want to be social. So I want to be good. I'm exposed to the good and bad.
No,
That's the problem.
I didn't say that people are good or bad. The way you use it, like don't be addicted, or like keep your addiction to.
No, let's say I don't have addiction. But I don't have addiction.
That's good
Let's
for
say I
you.
post. Let's say
That's
I
good for
post.
you.
Okay, so whatever I'm posting is there. Whatever I'm posting, that's been exposed to everyone.
Yeah, why not?
That's what I don't want, because I lose the privacy and I lose the control.
Then
Don't
don't use it, or just like.
So I don't need to be social to be on the platform.
No. Sometimes you just post it for your
You're
family.
mature enough to know what's right and what's wrong, what's addictive and what's not. Like, okay, if I may continue, guys, sorry. If I may continue, like some of you, like Muhammad and Liwa as well, you were just like, watching the game, just like you as well. I'm a football fan, but I'm not an addict. So actually you guys are addicted to football. Basically, you are here in a different event and watching something else. It applies to every single thing, but we're here to discuss social media. So it's for you how you choose. Do you want to choose it to be used in a positive way or like negative way?
Normally, if you can control yourself, but you cannot control your kids. Now you can say, okay, I know what's right, but
This is your issue. You don't
I mean with social. I'm not saying with my family. Anyone can have anyone can come to their thing.
No.
So
Raise them well.
you have to. Okay. Number one, you said you have to control everything. you've got to select because we are adults. Okay, just ignore the kids part. Okay, we are adults. We can control. We can choose. For example, a lot of junk food are there. You know that you shouldn't choose that, but you still do it. Why? You're still adults. You still know that's perfectly wrong, but you do it. Your happiness has nothing to do with the junk food. The same way, your happiness has nothing to do with social media. Okay?
Yes.
And again, another part is we have kids. We have who are not adults, and they are definitely affected by social media, and they share everything on social media. I'm going to tell you why it's so bad to use. I mean, it's not bad. I'm going to say it will not bring you happiness. Number one, you share everything online, okay? And some are right, some are wrong, some are genuine, some are false, okay? However, you give everything online and you lose your privacy, you lose the security.
Again,
Here is just one example done by a telephone company here. They called people randomly on their social media, called them and said, can you give me this and that? They just did it. Okay, just say, I'm a telephone company, okay, I need your name, I need your this, I need your that, and just give it. And they can make a lot of fake IDs just based on the social media profile. They do a lot of crime.
Yes.
So social media is perfect. They bring a lot of convenience to the society. However, it brings you another crime, which is called cybercrime, which is so badly affecting everybody.
Yes.
And another thing is, your kids or we have, social media gives you another way, which is perfect, that we can socialize with people. That is called social media. Socialize, another thing is, there's in America, a random guy made up a social media profile on Facebook and called some random girls, chatted with them online.
Yeah, I heard the story.
Okay, and he said, can you come out and let's go date? 90% of the girls, they went out with that girl. You don't know what's going to happen. The girl's fathers are with the girls because this is an experiment. It's not real. Okay, it's just a social test. They went out with the girls, and this guy just pretended to be a psycho and tried to rape the girl and tried to kill the girl. It happened, and the fathers are desperate, and the fathers are devastated by this kind of thing. That's what social media brings us.
But at the end of the day, I think we started with it's your choice. Use it in a good way.
Again, you can't choose.
No.
With all of my respect, I can give you. Educate yourself. I can give you. No. I can give yourself. Because at the end of the day, we have many examples. I get hired by Facebook. Through Facebook, I get a job.
No, it's not Facebook gets your job. It's your ability. You are able to do that.
I use that in a happy way. I use that in a positive way. And now today, because of social media, I'm actually earning money more than my salary, believe it or not.
Let's
Because
do a
of
debate.
social media-
How many
That's money makes you happy.
No, that's not
That's
what
money
you
makes you
say. What you say. Actually, what makes me happy.
Noor, I just want to add one thing. I'm not saying I'm anti-social media. I'm not using Facebook at all. Okay? I'm recently created an Instagram account because I like it. I'm trying to select what I need, what I want to pass to everyone, what I want my friend to. Okay, but you know what is the issue? I'm agree with her on one point. That I'm agree with her on that, the concern about the second generation. Everyone here is lived without social media. True. And now we are trying to adapt with and deal with and live with the social media. So we are mature enough to select, as you mentioned, yes, we can use it or not, or up to what limit. The issue is with the second generation, who is now coming at the 3 years old. They are addicted and they will grow up based on this is the normal for them.
I agree.
This is it. Can I ask? Okay.
Please.
The kids.
Yes.
They're on social media. They're 3 years old.
No, no, sorry. I mean, 3 years old.
Yeah.
From 3 years old, they are addicted to the technology, to the
YouTube,
iPad, to the
iPad.
YouTube, and it's
Whose fault is it that wow, okay, guys, the kid, how will he know that there's a tool or a device called iPad? It's the parents who want to shush the kid by throwing the iPad to him to be quiet. So it's the responsibility and the problem of the parents.
In the same way that they see the parents smoking and that is passing to them. They saw someone doing it.
Heba, I will tell you one thing. You will not be able to put your kids in a room where you will say everything no. But when they go to the school in the morning, they can use the iPad. It's part of their accessibility. Yes.
Because if it's not social media, my friend, then it's drugs. If it's not drugs, then it's something else. So it's either it's up to you to learn how to raise your kids properly, or not to, whether it's social media or whatever. However, you were saying that you were raised without social media, but you were raised with TV, where your parents didn't have TV.
True. Exactly.
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 Your parents.
Exactly.
I just want to
You reminded me of my grandfather and my dad himself when he said, this internet going to ruin you, and look at yourself and every one of us sitting here right now using the internet on a daily basis from 6 to 8 hours, right? Or let's say 4 hours on average. What, can you live without an internet? Now if I cut the Wi-Fi, it will start scratching.
Definitely not.
Right? So this is exactly when we are looking to the next generation. Social media is just like a knife made for smart people. You can cut your fingers with it. At the same time, you can make food with it, right?
So we learned how to use internet. Sorry, we all remember. We are the generation that learned how to use internet, right? Remember the dial-up?
Yes, exactly.
It was like music to your ears. I was 18 years old back then, and you guys understand when I say how I used internet back then, right? But now I'm way far away from that. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, now I know how to use internet. So I have kids as well. By the time my kids are mature enough, they will be able to tell the difference between right and wrong 100 times better than I did. Because you know why? Because social media did not kill them. It will make them stronger. Just like TV did not kill us. It made us stronger.
They will connect the world and racism will fade away.
Sorry guys, Dawood has something to say before he leaves.
Sorry guys, I'm so happy listening to you, but I have to leave, so I want just to add something. When we talk about happiness, I'd like to invite you also to think about it from a macro level, not from a personal level only. So the question, macro level. So let's ask this question: does the social media contribute in the happiness and the prosperity of society or not?
Yes, it does.
The answer is yes.
It doesn't.
And the answer at the same time is no. Smart countries and the smart communities, they manage social media and they proactively manage social media to drive happiness.
Who to blame?
We can't blame anyone. We can blame, number one, individuals and the way they use social media, and of course,
I mean, look at weapons. Human invented weapons to defend himself against beasts. So weapons bring happiness? No. My point. No, my point. Because human misused weapons.
yeah, so
It became
so
destructive.
if I use it in the right way to bring happiness.
At the beginning, if we didn't use weapons, we would have come to an extension,
The
right?
debate here is, does it bring happiness or not? Social media has nothing to do with
Use
happiness.
it right and it will make you happy.
No, it doesn't. It has nothing to do with happiness.
What makes you happy? What makes you happy?
Barcelona wants to win.
How would you know that they're reading tonight? It's not for your social media on your phone because you're not watching.
On the internet, bro. On the internet, not social media.
Social media is the
Internet.
Internet, YouTube, شو حبيبي, it's a platform, it's a tool, it's the same thing.
It's
Quora.com.
internet.
Quora.com is what?
Internet.
It became social media.
That's why I stopped using it.
It takes like you wanna relate social media with happiness, okay? And I see that doesn't make any like it doesn't connect because you know things like if you have some.
Social media is about who you connect with, what kind of content you choose to see. You know, as simple as what kind of account you're following.
I did say
Now, social media, you said it, regardless. No, social. Social media right now is look at email 20 years ago. You know, people, just a revolution of email. People are asking themselves, companies, should we create an email for the company or should we create an email for everyone in the company? People didn't understand what it is back then, 20 years ago. And the same thing is happening right now with social media. It started to, it is, yeah. That's another thing. You know, it's not an option anymore. Everyone on social media. Kids will be on social media.
Those who hate it, man, they have got every single account.
Everyone in social media. It's not if you choose or not choose to be there. It's about how you want to use it and what kind of content you want to consume. Okay? Another point, another completely different aspect on that is, you know, expectations versus reality. Okay, a lot of people, they replicate themselves on social media in a way that's not real. It's not their reality. Not artificial. Exactly. Pretend, they just replicate themselves. They portray themselves on social media in a way that's not real. And that could cause unhappiness to some people. That is more distressing. In a way, some people say
It's your choice whether you use it in a positive way or a negative way. And also like someone was
if you
talking
have a
about
friend on social media, you have a friend on social media. You choose.
I choose
to follow him.
whether I
Because
want to
he's
meet
your
this
friend.
friend or not to meet this friend. It's my personal choice. I have so many.
Everything's about choice.
Actually, I had some friends
And I-
before.
and I agree with you
I
on
used
that.
to write actually letters. I had some friends in London, by the way. When we used to write letters, I still remember I was in grade 3. Now I have online friends. It's the same thing. And I make an effort when I visit their countries to see them live. So it's actually something positive for me. And guys, frankly speaking, like, you know, I know personal, sometimes your personal touch adds a lot in your life. Like, because personally, I use social media in a very positive way that makes me really happy. Because I'm a happier person because of social media. I have to admit this. That's why I'm over the center.
Because you choose.
Exactly. And I said this in the beginning.
Because you became but that's become personal, right? Happiness cannot be personal.
Exactly.
You know, all this because you became addicted to it.
No,
So now you are
in a
it's
positive
a
way,
part
and
of
I'm
your
glad
life.
actually.
What I see is that it's all around the education. The way you, for example, for yourself, how you educate yourself to use it. For your children, how you educate them to use it.
So they will be there.
Yes, you said.
It's not social media or drugs. It
Yeah.
is social media.
Yeah.
They will be there.
Yes, it's about social
When they are
media.
7 or 14, they will
For
be
example,
there.
you said email. No one knew how to use it. So when they got educated the way they should use it, everyone knew how to use it.
It took a while.
Yeah.
It took a while.
But at the end, it's about
Very long
education.
time.
Everything
Everything
It's all about education.
Everything takes time.
Another thing apart from emails and how to use it and what to choose, what I would say the
They just follow the trend.
Come on, what?
Yes,
And that's what I'm saying. The people who choose
the
to be on
example
social media.
she was giving, the example she was giving, sorry, I don't know your name.
Marianne.
Marianne was giving an example about the social study they did in the States. I read about it, but she didn't tell us the conclusion. The conclusion was to advise people how to use it in a wise way, actually.
Because most of them
I agree with that.
Yeah, I know the study because I read it. So how to don't misuse
Eventually,
social
it's
media.
not your education. Social media was built to use in the wrong way. It's built like this. The algorithm. I think with social media can be wrong.
Guys,
This will become addictive.
I'll just show you. We have people who takes this to the extra level. Let's forget about the debate. I'll hear you first, and then I'll say what I have to say. Yes.
Thank you very much. So, I mean, our manager, Noor surprised, if I can say scared about what you are saying. I feel like you take social media as something that came into you and you didn't choose it and you have like to suffer to live with that.
Yeah, people are
just give me.
And people are angels, you know, in real life.
Exactly. Just let me.
Social media, they look angels, by the way.
Let him finish.
That was to support you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you very much. I know that I always have your support since 2013. Anyway, so I will just quote someone from a very famous guy and social media influencer named Brian Solis, who said that social media is not about technology, it's about sociology. And how Heba said, social media today is just a tool. I will have a question to let you reply after my argument. What makes you happy if it's not seeing pictures of your family being approved? And most of us, we are not in our country that we are born. What makes you happy if not pictures from your family on Facebook? What makes you happy if it's not pictures on Instagram from stuff that you love? Like food, for example, me, and you can see it, or like gym or fitness from other people. What makes you happy if it's not news, like instant news on Twitter from stuff that you are living? And unfortunately, you happy if not Snapchat and live, and I will quote one of my clients, which is Imar, the center of now. Snapchat is like live the existing moment, like the current one, not the past, not the future, but the existing one. I'm just asking you, if all that stuff doesn't make you happy, what makes you happy? To you, yes.
Our class for questions. You said if it's not a picture of your friends or your family, what will make you happy? They will make me happy, meeting them.
The reality is you can't see them. This is your way to connect with them on a real-time basis.
I agree with you. I want to see their pictures, but in ways they happiness has different levels.
And we make them.
Okay, you compare with cannot even see anything of them. Seeing their picture can make you better than not seeing anything. However, what makes me really, really happy is actually meet them.
Because you have the time.
And have their appearance with me. That's what makes me really, really happy.
That's what will
If
make
you
you
said-
really, really happy as well.
and-
But when you have the chance, you don't.
When I have the chance. When I have the chance. So that's why-
And how often will you have the chance?
We need it for the times we don't have a chance.
How about both? My dad sent me the picture of what he's doing. I eat him every summer.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
That's why social media makes you happy.
Social media is
You can do the same thing with Hello as well.
social media.
No,
And-
you cannot see them with
At that point, when you meet him in summer,
social media.
How we discovered that Italian girl who killed in 2007 via Facebook, and that was the start of the police paying attention to social media because
Maybe
it helps
she-
to detect and
How she
tackle
was
crime.
How she was killed?
By social media. That was the hard
Now 2 years. The guy who sent a Snapchat to Dubai police to rescue him when the fire, the address hotel. It's actually, I'm sure you understand this as well, but because you are in a different position, it's about how do you use it first.
Okay.
If we may speak to the real person in you, so we can.
And I can see that you're a happy person. Not engaging.
Left of social media, that's why she's happy. We are all here because of social media.
Okay, guys, it's a great debate. Just before I wrap, Ayman is one of our board of directors.
I just flew in when she sat in. I just flew in 2 hours ago. That's why I'm late.
Did you check in on floor? Doesn't ring
No
the bell.
disrespect to the
Ayman, have you met before with Zain?
I think
We saw you on social media somewhere or in Dubai.
When you have a chance to say something, Ayman, does social media make you happy or not?
I have my good days, I have my bad days.
Yes!
One of the struggles I have is over time I've gathered a lot of people on social media, friends or contacts or people as part of my speaking I've been involved with. What I'd ideally like to do is to start from scratch with a very small subset of people that I know, and I know that will make me happier. So the workaround I do is I have lists. They're not great, not perfect, but this is the work that I have. But if I could start over, I'd start over with a very small group of professional friends in a sense. I think that would make me happier than I am.
It's a matter of choice.
So let's all forget against social media making us happy or with. How did you all hear about Social Media Club and about the event?
Social media.
it's in your favor.
How did you hear about the event? Through what?
Through social media.
Not much of
No, seriously, she did.
Okay, so
Can I say something? Okay, I just want to say something about social media. Although I feel, although I'm on this side, but I'm just going to say something
there's no
positive.
sides now. We're not sides.
I would say social media is subjective. I would say it's giving power to the powerless, and yeah, that's it. It's giving power to the powerless. That's it. So people that don't have a voice before, now they have a voice. So it's giving people power, and that makes them happy. So it's subjective.
Yeah, before whatever is on TV, we will have to watch it. Today
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
shut
You
down
don't
the
have a
show.
choice. So right now, if I don't like my president, I go to social media and I let my hand like this. So it's giving me power.
Nowadays, you don't need to wait for the news. For example, Sheikh Mohammed, he posts whatever he has before even the news know. So you have access to it at the same time with anyone else.
Hearing all of this because we all come from different backgrounds and we all have different perspectives about social media. So whether they love it, you're on social media or not, you know how to use it or you don't know how to use it, you don't want to use it or you want to use it, you're forced to use it or you're just not using it. What I want to say here in UAE, alhamdulillah, we are blessed with the way of using social media in a very positive way. We push content and we push people who are always positive on social media. We have our leaders which are always a role model to us. We see a lot, yes, they do have negative comments sometimes and they do debate and they do reply to things that maybe are not positive, but overall the content and the way they present themselves is always positive. And this is the way we position ourselves on social media. I'm not saying that there are no negative people and there are no people who are using it in a wrong way. There is. But here we are gathered to find ways to use social media in a positive way that can push happiness to everyone who's on social media. Now for me, I follow Liwa and I follow Noor. But Liwa is muted on my social media, on my Twitter. So I don't want to sound rude and unfollow him. So what do? I mute him. So I don't read his comments and I just follow it's an example. Okay, so you have a choice.
You gained it.
You have a choice. Social media is a tool that has been given to us in a way that we choose how to use it.
Wait,
Right?
let's see my tweets.
Okay? You're muted. I'm
I have Photoshop.
Okay, now for example, I have Sheikh Mohammed on notification. So whatever he posts, I get notified. I don't have 1,000 people notified on Twitter. So I choose how I want to use it. I choose what I want to do with social media. My Snapchat is not public, it's private. Being a public figure, I choose what to show people and I choose what to not show people. I choose what to post on Instagram and I choose what not to post on Instagram. So after all, it's a tool. You choose how to use it and you choose what you want to do with it. Some people use it to get a job. Some people use it to just vent whatever they have from feelings. Others just use it to network. And others use it because they have
We always
content.
get this question, you know, on all public basis. What's the percentage of sharing your life on social media? I always tell them it depends. Sometimes I share 70% of my day. Sometimes I don't share anything. Other times I share 30% of my day. You choose what to expose, what not to expose at the end of the day. Like we know many celebrities, we don't even know how their lips looks like, for example.
Sorry, there's another thing. When we talk about privacy, I was asked a question. Is there privacy in the era of social media? My personal opinion, there is no privacy because my definition of privacy is different than yours. It's different than yours. Okay? So no one told you take this picture and put it on Instagram. You chose to take this picture and put it on Instagram.
People will see it if they're not following.
But then if you see my food, what kind of privacy is that?
Anyway, whatever, even if you are a private, your pictures go to a server that you don't know what's happening.
I don't care, I'm fine with that.
So there's no 100% privacy, but you should.
Again, it's the same. The definition of what privacy is. Your definition to it is different than what Anna said.
We know that smoking is not good for the health, but yet some people still smoke, so it's a choice. So you all smoke what you want. So I know for a fact, I work with Baha. Baha, before he joined my department, he used not to smoke because I'm his manager. He started smoking. Okay, so it's an example again. But it's a choice after all to be happy or not to be happy. But I did the debate just to do this, to share the information that we have, and not to make it a war. But what I want to say and what you all need to know is that after all, it's a choice. You know how to use it, and you should know how to use it. And if you don't know how to use it, and you're just there because my friend is there, you have a problem. So you're all here on social media. You all have social media accounts.
Of course. Everyone.
You have a social media account?
Yes.
Facebook, he has Facebook. No. I'm sure he does.
No? How do you communicate with your family?
He's texting someone. Just
No, this WhatsApp.
WhatsApp is social media.
WhatsApp is not social media, but WhatsApp is like you send a message to a person, you don't post text. Social, like, it's a way to talk, but without work.
In the App Store, it's in that section.
It's in social media section. I don't know, I have no idea.
Okay, so
She told me take this side.
غلط خلصنا
we love social media.
Yeah.
exchange the tips or the good ways of using social media. Yes, there are a lot of people who are using it negatively. What I usually don't reply to ads on Twitter. Ads.
Never follow an egg. Never.
An egg is an account that has no bio, no picture, because when you create an account on Twitter, the default picture is an egg. So I don't follow ads and I don't reply to ads. So, and I always say, if you don't know this person, don't follow him, don't reply to him. So yes, social media gave voice to the powerless, gave voice to people who maybe if you sit in front of them, they will not tell you what they're telling you on social media. But we want to push the positivity and the happiness through social media. Yes, there are a lot of studies that say that social media is not is a tool that makes you sad and depressed, but there is another study that said that happiness on social media is contagious. So if I follow a happy person, I will be happy, and because I'm happy, my followers are happy, and that's the way it is. So it's a circle after. Follow happy people, you'll be happy.
One last comment, please. I'm the most believer in happiness in social media. The most believer, by the way. I've just been told it takes a story. I'm a very good lawyer, that's why.
Okay, and one of the things that we will launch hopefully this week is a report about how happiness, or how to measure happiness and how to be happy on social media. So I wish that all of you follow us on social media, SMC UAE on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, and on Facebook. So if you follow us, you will get all of these reports. I know that Liwa wants to speak a little bit about memberships, and I know maybe most of you loved the networking today and the event today and want to be members in the club. So I give it to Liwa.
Right, welcome all to the Social Media Club events. I'm Liwa Abu Khair again. I'm the membership director.
Welcome back.
I'm not an anti-social media happiness. I'm quite the opposite. Nonetheless, in Social Media Club we have a membership system where we require our believers in the Social Media Club to be a member with us in order to get all the reports that we will launch from time to time, attend the events. We will soon launching some training events for our members that will have a special price or discounted price, even some free events for members only. And that's why we acquire everyone to go to socialmediaclub.org and register a UAE chapter to be a Social Media Club member, fully registered in that website. The annual fees of the membership is $100, and it's something really just to be in the database and something that we really feel the commitment from the members that really believe in the value that we provide in social media.
There will be a package for each of our members, and we're working on making a localized package. You will have a card, a membership card that will state that you are a member of the Social Media Club, and what you can get out of this card we will not tell you. Once you become a member,
we will make you happy.
Maybe you'll get 50% discount from A'mar Properties.
You don't know.
ورطتكم.
There's a picture at the front of the venue. Ahmed Barashid's picture there. We want to take a picture of all of us.
Yeah.
Thank you.